Hey everybody, it's Rebecca from devourdinner.com and welcome to my kitchen. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. This is going to be a crazy whirlwind and so much fun. I can't wait. So as I'm waiting for people to get on and making sure that we're connected, making sure people can find us, as you're jumping on, please say hello. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. I want to make sure you guys can hear me and that we have all the technology hooked up and ready to go. So go ahead and put a comment in that you can hear me. I'm going to drop some links of what we're going to be making today, because that's kind of fun. We are going to be making 4 different appetizers, you guys. We are going to whip these out just as quick as we can. But I'm going to get all these links over here in the comments so that you guys can find them. Nice and easy before we get started. Well, hello. We've got some people saying hello. I love it. I love it. Okay. Wow, you guys. Happy Sunday. I am Rebecca from devourdinner.com, and I'm excited to bring you yet again some more fantastic recipes using your Instapot or your multi-pot, whatever form of electric pressure cooker you're using, and show you a demo today. It's going to be like so much fun. A big welcome to the Instapot 101 family. Gail's on. I'm sure we'll see Amy maybe at some point too. They're a wonderful support to me and inviting so many of you over to my page. So those of you that are just joining in, please, please, please give this video a thumbs up. Give it a heart. I appreciate it. Do that right now before you forget. It just helps Facebook know that this is great content and they help to share it. So please, right now, just click that heart, click that like button, and I appreciate it. And don't hesitate to follow me on Facebook so you'll get notifications when I do lives or new recipes and those kind of things, because I'd love to have you in my family too. Okay. Oh, Amy's here. I see Amy from San Antonio. We have got Dundee. From New Jersey, Teresa, Debbie, Jean, Timothy, Anita, Ruby, so many of you. All right, I love it, you guys. Let's get started because we're doing 4 recipes today, which means we've got a whirlwind going on, so let's dive right in. The first recipe we're gonna do is a barbecue honey chicken wing. Now, chicken wings, here's a fun fact for you guys. Do you guys know this? I printed this stuff out. Actually, my husband did for me. The National Chicken Council estimates that Americans will eat more than 1 million pounds of chicken wings for the Super Bowl. You guys, that's crazy. That's about 1.25 billion wings that are going to be eaten today. So I figured, why not? Why not do a recipe with chicken wings, since that's going to be one of the main things at parties that you're going to be going to or that you're hosting. So let's make sure we dive right in. For this recipe, we're going to use chicken wings. This is a smaller batch we're going to do today. And I've got some spices here of some seasoned salt, some cayenne, and some onion powder. And we are just going to kind of mix those up a little bit. And then we're going to sprinkle them right on top of our wings. Okay, just to kind of get a little bit of a dry rub onto them. And then I'm going to put some gloves on today, because I just don't have time for dirty hands. And I'm going to use my hands and just mix these so that I can just make sure that the seasoning gets covered all the way on these wings. Now, these are frozen wings. All right. Perfect. The gloves were short-lived, but it saves me, you guys. All right, then we're gonna take our pressure cooker, and I'm gonna take a cup of water. Every time you use your pressure cooker, you need thin liquid in the bottom to help create steam and pressure. So I'm gonna pour in a cup of water. I also have inside my short trivet, and the wings are gonna go right on top. I'm just gonna dump those in. And you guys wanna see top down today? Let's show you some top down. So I've just poured those in there, and then we're just gonna set our lid, close it up, and we are going to be setting this today on pressure cook for 12 minutes. So remember to use your pressure cook button and then your plus and your minus button to adjust the time accordingly. You'll want to make sure that your pressure valve in the back is pushed backwards to the back. That is so that it closes it off, so it can build up pressure and steam inside. It'll take a few minutes. The chicken wings are frozen, so whenever you put in ingredients that are cold or frozen, it's going to take a few minutes longer to pressure up, so keep that in mind. One of the reasons why we got started on this recipe so much sooner, because it's going to take a little bit to cook. And then I'm going to get this off camera. All right, the next part of this recipe calls for about 3/4 of a cup of barbecue sauce and 1/4 of a cup of honey. Now you can use your favorite barbecue sauce. I'm just going to mix this up. So the barbecue sauce, what we're going to do is after the wings have cooked, we're going to pull out the chicken wings. I'm going to put them on a baking sheet, and we're going to baste them in this sauce, and we're going to put them under the broiler to just get a little crispy. Now, if you have one of the Mealthy crisp lids, you can also crisp them right inside of the pot by using that tall trivet. Today we're going to be using the oven just for ease and convenience because I'm doing 4 recipes. And if those of you who don't know what the crisp lid is, it will turn any 6-quart or 8-quart pressure cooker into an air fryer. I love it. I love the Mealthy brand. I use them. I'm an affiliate. I do have a coupon code for their products, which is Devour Dinner, all caps, one word. If you're interested, that only works on the Mealthy website, but it'll get you $10 off. Okay, our barbecue sauce is ready to go. So I'm going to set this aside because we've got a while for those wings to be done. So we're just going to put this out of the way and clean this up. And we're going to say hello to a few people here today. Holy smokes, you guys. All right. So many of you just jumped on while I was doing that. So I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com. And I am a recipe developer, and I just love what I do. A lot of my recipes use the pressure cooker, and I do a live demo every Sunday showcasing a new recipe or fun recipes based around a holiday event. And so welcome to the Instapot 101 family. I am so thrilled to have you guys all here. It's like phenomenal. Thank you to Gail and Amy for your support in that. I believe we also have another group on today, which is the Instapot beginner recipe group as well. So super fun to have so many wonderful people here. I did drop the links to all 4 recipes in the comments up at the top. The first one in the Instapot is our barbecue honey chicken wings that are heating up. So let's get on to number 2 recipe to get that going. Are you guys ready? Number 2 is all right, you guys. We had to do some huge prep work in order to pull this off. So I got everything up and going, so it would be super easy for me. All right, our second recipe is a queso dip. It is a loaded queso dip. It has so much flavor, you guys. It's phenomenal. So this recipe uses some extra sharp white cheddar cheese, some of the queso Velveeta cheese. It calls for cream cheese, Bill, in the fridge, cream cheese, as well as some red onions, some black beans, a can of Rotel tomato, and we have some spices, some chili powder, some cumin, and some onion powder. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start mixing all of that up. Nice and easy like. Okay, so the white cheddar I have grated. I do like Tillamook's white cheddar. I'm a huge fan of them. It is just absolutely delicious. And then the Velveeta white queso I cube into little cubes. And we'll go ahead and we'll put that in. It calls for 4 ounces of cream cheese, which I have also cubed in just little pieces, as well as some red onion. This is about 1/4 cup of red onion, a can of rinsed and drained black beans, and then a can of the Rotel tomatoes that have the green chilies in them as well, and some spices. So we have cumin, onion powder, and a little bit of chili powder. We're just going to sprinkle up in here, and then a little bit of milk. Now, you can half this recipe. This recipe would be very easily halved. And then you're going to stir this up. Okay, we're laughing here because the dog is trying to get into the scene and we're trying to keep the dog out of the scene. He has figured out, you guys, when I go live, those of you who've watched before, you know that I've got a very big English cream golden retriever. And he's figured out I keep a little garbage basket right here by my feet. And so he's coming over to check it out to make sure that there isn't anything that I dropped, because he might want some. All right, let's go top down and so you guys can see this. Here we go. So all I've done is just mix this up. So we get all the spices and seasonings mixed up in here together. And then I am going to pour this into this 2-tier pan, which we're going to cook it in. All right, pretty simple there. So this is a 2-tier pan. There is another one that goes on top. Today I'm not using it. You can get these on Amazon. They're about $25 to $30. They're heaven sent. They have a nice handle on them, so you can just set them right into your pressure cooker and utilize it that way. All right, let's get some of this out of the way. That is a clean bowl. All right, once again, we need a cup of water to add into the bottom of our pressure cooker. We're going to come right over here and put that in. And then we're going to take our queso. We're going to put it right in on top. You do not need to cover the queso. However, you could. You could cover it with foil if you like. I'm not going to. And then We're going to close that lid, and we're going to get that one going. So this one, for our queso, it's going to cook for 6 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and press pressure cook, and we're going to adjust the settings, the plus and minus up and down until we reach 6 minutes. We want to make sure we close our pressure valve so that it can process. And when we hear the beep, we know that the pressure cooker has acknowledged our readings and is going to start its process. So we've got 2 recipes in the pot. I'm going to come and say hello for a minute, you guys. This is crazy. First of all, oh my gosh, you guys are killing me today. I love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being supportive. Please, if you haven't already done so, please take a minute and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart, you guys. It helps me so much. It's something simple that you guys can do to give back to me for being live today. Anytime that you share a blogger's post, it is so helpful. If you share it to your friends and family, if you share it inside of another Facebook group, it means the world to us. We always see a spike in traffic, and it's so fun. We get giddy and excited, and so thank you when you do that. Really, just, it's like awesome. Okay, I'm going to get to some questions. But first, you guys, I created a free printable. This is a free printable right here. Let me see if I can go top down. You guys can really get a view of it. Here you go. You see that? So this is a challenge to get up and get moving during the Super Bowl. This is a free printable on my website. You guys want it? Let me drop the link for you. You can go over and you can print it. So it's kind of fun. So if ever there's like a penalty flag thrown in the first quarter, you're going to do 10 jumping jacks. If there's a first down, you're going to do 20 squats. You're going to get up and you're going to get moving during the Super Bowl because you know you're going to come back for more appetizers and snacks and treats. So why not burn some of those calories in the process when you're cheering on your favorite team? This is a free printable. I'm going to drop the link and you guys can go print it and enjoy it because it's just super fun. So let me add that in here. There, it'll pop up there in just a minute. Seriously, it's a riot. Get your group going. My family today, I've got a couple of these printed, and we're going to be utilizing them, and they're going to be so fun. Another fun thing, if you guys haven't seen my fun little referee water bottles with the black and white stripe, I've got this for our party today. Just kind of fun little things that you can do to be a little festive when you have a group. Now, I'm going to go back to all these questions. Because you guys, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm never going to be able to say hello to everybody personally. I love to give you guys shout outs. I'm never going to be able to make it today with the group that we have on. So please, from the bottom of my heart, know I am like shaking excited over here with how many people are here and how many people come back Sunday after Sunday and support me. So thank you. From all over the world, we have people. Thank you. Like, you guys give me chills. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sandra, Ruby, Gail, Lisa, Dana, Brandy, Amberly, Becky, oh my gosh, you guys, Carol, Lisa, Diane. Hey, Diane, I haven't seen you in weeks. Welcome, Diane. Diane is one of my top fans on my page. Carol, hello, love it. Francine. Diane is so kind. Diane says, we just love you and all you do to help us. You're amazing. Diane, thank you. You're so sweet. It tickles me what I'm able to do and how I've been able to grow and reach more people because of you guys. You're sharing with your friends and your family and into groups, and it makes a difference. And seriously, I've got chills. I just love it. Shelly, oh, hey, Shelly, how are you? Shelly is from the Instapot recipe for beginner group, so thank you. Shelly says, where'd her note go? Let's see. It's just wonderful that you make this public on your fan page for so many others to enjoy. You know, that's what I'm all about. It's wonderful to go live and to share across the board, and so that's what we do. And I love the support that I get from you guys. It's because of the support that I keep doing it. If the support dropped off, I would stop. So thank you, thank you. Gail commented at that point, 335 were on. I think I saw more than that at one point. Tangi shared, yes. You guys, seriously, when you share, it gives me a spike in traffic. And trust me, I see it. I can go on my phone and I can see how many people are on my site right at that moment because you guys click over, and it means the world to me. It means the world to me. So I love it. Sonia said she shared. Meg said she shared. Listen, give me the record shares today. I want to see record numbers of shares. Okay. Wow, I'm never going to get to all these comments, you guys. Okay. So Tina says she's just turning in, not sure what she missed. Tina, we're doing 4 recipes today, and for the rest of you that are there, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Give it a like right now. Just click that button for me. It helps Facebook know that it's content that's worth getting out to further reach. Today I'm making 4 appetizer recipes for the Super Bowl. Right here in the pot, this is almost sealing up, I have chicken wings. It's a honey barbecue chicken wing. Over here in this pressure cooker, I have a queso dip. It is a loaded queso dip. In a minute, I'm going to start a teriyaki meatball, number 3, and number 4 is going to be a Philly steak slider. We're going to do those 4 recipes today, and it's going to be a whirlwind. So we've got 2 in the pot already. For those of you who've just joined in, the links for those recipes are up at the top of the thread. So scroll up to the top and you can see those links. They're also in the description, so you can find them that way as well. And I love it. Amy says she just shared. Lisa says she just shared. You guys, oh, I'm going to be giddy. Okay, we've got so many new people. So let me just introduce myself for a minute while we're waiting for these to cook before we start the next ones. I'm Rebecca from DevourDinner.com. And the way Devour Dinner got started, I'm a mother of 3 boys. And when my boys were younger, I decided to write them an ebook of our family favorite recipes so that they could learn how to cook and get into the kitchen. And they had a recipe or a weekly night that they would cook dinner from this ebook. And the ebook is super specific to them and my family. So it is not available for purchase. And it has details like my one son likes a recipe this way where the other son likes it this way. So that when they got married or they went to college, they would have this book, this ebook to take with them of all of their family favorite recipes. That's how it started. But what I didn't realize was at the time I had lots of people coming in and out of my home and they wanted the ebook too. They wanted that touch of home, those favorite recipes that were easy to make using common ingredients. And so I made a website for each of you. And that's how Devour Dinner got started. I have 2 boys that are in college now, 1 still at home, and I am totally outnumbered in this house. Our dog is even male, and let me tell you, I love it. I love being outnumbered. It's just fabulous. So that's a little about me. I'm a Disney fan. Have you guys spotted the hidden Mickey in the studio here? If not, look around. I'm a big Disney fan, and I live up in eastern Idaho. It's super cold territory where I live. But that's a little about me. And that's why I love what I do. I develop recipes every week, and I'm putting out new recipes on my website every week just for you. These are tried and tested. They are not just whipped up because I want anyone who uses one of my recipes to get the same result when they make it at home. I don't want them to have any problems. So these recipes are tested over and over and over again so that you can follow those instructions and make them just like I do. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So both of these pressure cookers have now pressured up. That's actually perfect timing. We couldn't have done that better. All right, let's get something else in a pot. Are you guys ready? Let's move to... Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. You guys, I'm never going to be able to get to all these comments. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I am seeing you guys share. You guys. Okay, I'm giddy. Thank you. Tina says, on the cutting board, you're right. The hidden Mickey is right up here. My husband actually made these cutting boards. That's what's kind of fun about them. And I do use them. but we just keep them right up there. Okay, our teriyaki meatballs. Now, this is a recipe that we actually eat for dinner a lot. Why? Because it's so fast and it's so easy. So for this recipe, it uses frozen meatballs, and I like the littler meatballs. And it's a homemade teriyaki sauce that uses soy sauce and a little bit of honey in it with some ginger. We use this, and I also cook up rice with it. So I'll serve the meatballs over rice, and sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of pineapple, or I'll steam some vegetables to go with it as well. And it is the fastest recipe of all time because it cooks for 0 minutes. 0. Now, I know some of you are thinking, how can it cook for 0 minutes? That doesn't even make sense, right? Well, let me tell you, it takes a few minutes for things to pressure up. And so as things are trying to pressure up, that's a cooking process. And when recipes are developed, we take into consideration those time frames. So it only needs to come to pressure. It'll sit at pressure for just a moment, and then the pressure cooker will beep and say it's time to be done, so you can release that pressure. So let me grab a third pot over here. And we're going to get number 3 going. How's that? Now let me get my ingredients. Okay, we're going to mix everything up right inside of the pot. So I'm going to go top down so you can see what I've got going on, because I think that's more fun. And I'm all about being more fun. We are going to get out a spatula as well. You guys ready for top down? Here we go. Okay, it calls for some soy sauce. It calls for a cup of water. And I need to put a little bit more. It also calls for 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. It calls for some honey. So we're going to put some honey in. It's about a tablespoon of honey. I like to add some garlic as well. This is just some crushed garlic. And then a little bit of ginger. It's like a half teaspoon of ginger. And then we're just going to stir. We do not want any of that honey to sit and clump one spot on the bottom. Okay? So we want to make sure we stir up all those ingredients. Now, in this recipe, it also has a cornstarch slurry. If you are using cold water and cold soy sauce, then you can add in the slurry with your meatballs and be just fine. If you're going to use warm water or lukewarm water, you're going to have some struggles. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can follow it how it is on the recipe or how I'm going to show you today. I'm going to add the cornstarch slurry at the end. As soon as I get all of this honey kind of mixed in. And then we're going to take these meatballs. These are just cute little appetizer sized meatballs. And put them in. And then we're going to pull our lid. We're going to secure that up. You guys, I've got extension cords going all over the place today. And we're going to do pressure cook for 0 minutes on this one. And remember, always make sure that your pressure valve is put to the back. I'm going to keep that. We're going to pass this off. Now, this is ready to cook. It's going to take a minute to pressure up. It will go, once it's pressured up, it takes a little bit for the pressure cooker to acknowledge. As soon as it acknowledges the time, then it will beep. But in the meantime, we just heard our queso is done. So let's see what our queso looks like. We're going to push that one over. We're going to push this one over. We're just going to unplug this one. Here we go. Give us a little bit of room here. All right. Now, to open up the pressure valve, of course, you can use your hands. You can use some kind of utensil to open it up. But remember, when we quick release anything and release that steam, that pressure is going to go straight up. So you don't want your hands or your face or anything over your Instapot or pressure cooker. I'm going to use the rice paddle tool that came with my Instapot. Has a nice little notch in the end. It's just going to allow me to open this up. So we're going to let that pressure come out. And then we'll open it up and we'll go top down. And you're going to see. Now remember, we made cubes of the Velveeta cheese and the cream cheese. So those are still going to be kind of in cube fashioned. But we're going to take a spoon to it and kind of mix that up. So I'm going to open this up. Let's get you in view here so you can see this. We'll go top down. Uh-oh, did I go too far? There we go. All right. We're going to go ahead and pull this out. Just dump that water and cool off that bowl. All right. You guys got a good view here? Now, this pan is very hot. But the more you stir this, the smoother it will become, with everything becoming incorporated into this. So the thing that I love about this queso is the flavors and the texture. You've got those red onions, you've got those bits of tomato, and of course you have those beans. I have another queso recipe if you don't like all of the extras, but I love this loaded queso recipe. It is just delicious. So the more that you stir it, the more that those cheeses will blend into each other, okay? And as this cools, it gets thicker. So as you can see right now, it's a beautiful consistency. This would be wonderful over nachos, over French fries, tater tots, and of course, dipping chips into. It would be absolutely beautiful. So we are going to pass this off to my husband, who's working in the kitchen behind the scenes. He's going to plate this up, and we're going to get this out on our buffet here in just a few minutes. We're going to have these wings coming out here any minute. So this is like, couldn't be better timed, honestly. Okay, let's, here's this. All right, you guys, let's pull our barbecue sauce out of the way. And there's our wings. Our wings are ready to have the pressure released. So this, once again, is a quick release where we will just open up the top. You might remember a natural release is when we let it sit and let that time naturally release all on its own. And you're going to see that on the recipe instructions. So every recipe will tell you whether to quick release or to natural release because it's super important on which one that you're going to do for this. So let's get our bowl and let's Unplug this. And once again, we're just going to open up the pressure. I'm going to use a tool and just press it forward. If for some reason you are cooking something inside and it's starting to spit liquid, you could easily close it. And that's called intermittent pressure release. So if it starts to spit, just close it. Let everything inside settle for a minute and then open it back up. It's as easy as that. Gail, thank you for dropping more links. Oh my gosh. Okay, so on those meatballs, I see Gail's answering a question and I know which one it is. I use a small bag. So today, I buy in big and bulk, and so I just use a small amount for those. And I'll use the whole bag if I buy that smaller size and they're the smaller meatballs. It works perfectly. All right, when we open these up, I'm going to pull out the chicken wings and put them into this clean bowl. This is a clean bowl, not the bowl I had it in before. And I'm going to pour about half a cup of the barbecue sauce over the wings and give it a good toss. And then I'm going to place it on a cookie sheet. No, I've got a cookie sheet. So it'll take just a minute for this to release. Will you get me one of those parchment papers so I can put on it? Okay, pressure's released. We can safely open the lid. Get our lid out of the way. And let's let you guys see what it looks like top down, because I know how valuable it is to see what's going on inside of the pot. So there's our little chicken wingies. They're just cute. I'm just going to use these little silicone grippers to lift these out. Now put them in the bowl. I'm going to dump it. Push that off to the side and put these right here. And then I'm just going to take about a half of a cup, because I want to leave some for dipping and to baste with. We're just going to toss and stir these up. Now, this is a smaller batch of chicken wings, as you can see. So where it's a smaller batch, this is like 10 to 12 chicken wings. You can, of course, do more. It is not a problem. Just add more sauce accordingly so that you have the sauce that you need. Don't tell. All right. Let me get my... I'm going to throw down some parchment paper for my wings, just so that makes cleaning easier. Now, like I said, these are fully cooked. These could be eaten right now, but to me, a wing is perfect when it's just crispy and delicious. So we want to put these under the broiler for just a couple of minutes. I like to use the second rack down for them. And you'll put them under the broiler for about 3, maybe 4 minutes, but you're going to want to really watch them, okay? These will burn super fast, so it's super important. As you can see, I just have them on my tray here. I'm going to pass them off to my husband. I'm going to let him watch them at this point, and we're going to go on to the next. All right. Are we ready for the next, you guys? Is this a whirlwind? It kind of is. Let's get this pressure cooker out of the way. Perfect. All right, so to recap, for those that are on, we still have a huge group, you guys. It's hard to know when you guys have jumped in. And I am Rebecca from devourdinner.com. I hope that you'll follow me, that you follow my Facebook page. If nothing else, give this video a thumbs up, give it a heart, because it just means the world to me. So I so appreciate it. In the links, we have dropped the 4 recipes that we've done. So we have honey barbecue chicken wings that are now in the broiler. And we have a cheese queso that just finished. We're going to put it out here in plate. We have our teriyaki wings, or our teriyaki meatballs that are right here. And they're almost done. They're pretty close. So we're not going to start the 4th one until we get this one going. So the rest of what we're going to do with our teriyaki meatballs is a little cornstarch slurry. And we're going to mix up, it's like 2 or 3 tablespoons of cornstarch with like very little water. Honestly, just very little water. And you're going to stir that slurry up. This is to thicken up your teriyaki sauce. Is all that we're doing here. We're going to go top down so you guys can see what we're going on. Again, quick release. So we're just going to open this up and let that pressure go. We're cruising. All right, so I'm going to add this cornstarch slurry right into the pressure cooker with the meatballs, with the soy sauce and the brown sugar and the honey, and then I'm going to add the slurry. So in order to thicken up, you can turn the saute button on, so it gives just a little bit of heat from the bottom to thicken up the sauce. And then today I'm going to be plating the meatballs on a plate with toothpicks, because it's just a quick appetizer where people can come and grab a toothpick of a meatball for their plates, and it'll be fantastic. And our wings are almost done, you guys. One more recipe. We got this. I was bound and determined to get 4 recipes done in an hour for you guys today. And it's crazy because we're doing it. All right, this release pressure, we're going to go top down because I want you guys to see. All right. So what I like to do is I like to get an area over here on the side that I can put my slurry into. Then we just mix it up. I'm going to turn my saute button on, just so we can get a little bit of heat from the bottom, which will help thicken this up. And as soon as this has thickened up, then we're going to pass it off to get this plated. And I'm going to bring in some of these other recipes. This thickens up super fast. So it is already gotten pretty thick. There we go. You guys probably can't see in there yet, so we're going to go face forward. It gets a little dark down inside of the Instapot. It's really hard to show you. All right, there we go. But you can see these are just cute little fun size. I'm going to pass these off to my husband so that he can plate this up, and we're going to start on number 4. Is this the good one? Okay. All right, here's our queso dip, you guys. Look at this. It's just magical. I'm telling you, it's like fabulous. You can add some tomatoes, some cilantro, some more red onions on top if you like, but it is like perfect as it is. So we're going to just go from there. Okay, last but not least, you guys, these are my favorite. It is a Philly cheese slider. So what we're going to do, we're going to plug in this pressure cooker. And we're going to turn it to saute. We want it to get good and hot on the bottom so that we can cook our meat. And let me grab the ingredients for this recipe so that we have it sturdy. So for our fourth and final recipe, we're going to use some provolone cheese, some beef broth, some mushrooms, some Italian dressing, along with some flank steak, some onions, and some bell pepper that I've already sliced. And then we will be using some Hawaiian rolls as well. So as this heats up, we want to make sure that our saute button gets hot. So it'll say hot on the front, and we're going to be adding in just a little bit of olive oil so that we can cook up our flank steak. I'm using about a pound of flank steak. Flank steak comes in a roll typically. So how I prepared this is I sliced it in thin slices, which makes like a long snake-like piece. And then I took each of those snake-like pieces and I cut it into small bite-sized pieces because remember, we're serving a slider. So I want to make sure that the meat is fitting on those size buns so that they can just grab and go and enjoy. Then I sliced up green bell pepper, nice and thin, and I took an onion, sliced it, and then I quartered it as well. All right. You guys, I've lost track of all of the comments over here. It's horrible. But I cannot believe the amount of you on here and that come on here. So thank you once again to the Instapot 101 group, to Gail and to Amy. They're over here answering questions, helping me. Like, they're amazing. Please give them a shout out. It is so helpful to have them and to have all of you from the Instapot 101 family. I'm Rebecca, you guys, from devourdinner.com. If you're new to me, please join in. I do a live every single Sunday with a new Instapot recipe where you can come and ask your questions. They're not always this crazy. I don't try to do 4 at once. It's because it's the Super Bowl. But hey, by the way, we've never mentioned teams. I know the Super Bowl is all about food, right? Because I'm all about food. But what team are you cheering for? Who do you like? I'm curious. Who do you guys think is going to win? Here's another fun fact on the Super Bowl. You guys ready? Let's see. Veggies are the most popular dippable snack. But the most popular dippables are potato chips. 11.2 million pounds of potato chips will be munched and dipped during the Super Bowl Sunday, which is 8.2 million pounds of tortilla chips, 4 million pounds of pretzels, may be dipped as well. How crazy is that, you guys? 32% of all Americans say they plan on eating some form of dip on game day, including 8 million pounds of guacamole. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, last fun fact. Fun fact. Do you guys know which is the top takeout item of the day? You guys have any idea? Put it in the comments. There's one item that is the top takeout that people order on Super Bowl Sunday. What do you think it is? I'll tell you here in a minute. All right, we're going to add in a little bit of olive oil to the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead. Oh, that's what I didn't. Oh, here we go. We're going to add in our flank steak. Toothpicks. Now, whenever you're sauteing in your pressure cooker, and I put the olive oil down and I put the cold meat down, the meat is going to stick instantly to the bottom. Take a deep breath. Everybody, right now, just take a deep breath because it's supposed to, and that's okay. Just let it sit. It will lift up on its own and it won't get stuck typically, but if I try to rip it up right now, I'm going to have a mess. So the one thing that you want to do is you just want to make sure that the meat's covering the bottom. We're going to cook it for about 90 seconds per side, and then we're going to flip it over. This is flank steak, and so we don't want to kill it off. It's a beautiful, tender piece of meat. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not. We can try. Here we go. So you can kind of see it down in here. We're just going to let it sit. Right now it's starting to lift. We're starting to see pieces of lift. So as they lift, we're going to flip them. Okay, I'm just getting my recipe in front of us. In the meantime, our wings are done. I want to check out the wings. Here's our nice wings. Serve with some celery. Of course, ranch dip is perfect to serve with. We're going to put these right over here in the front. Will you put some of this in a little bowl for barbecue? Oops. All right. Let's see if we can get this lifted off. Now, anything that does stick to the bottom of the pot, I'm going to show you how to deglaze the bottom of the pot. This is something that can be super scary if you're new to using your pressure cooker, and I don't want you to be scared. So we're going to teach you how to do it nice and slow with no distractions. All right. So I've now flipped this over, flipped the meat a little bit so it can cook on the other side as well. And some of those little pieces of meat have stuck. So what we're going to do is after we're done cooking this up just a minute more, I'm going to put in some thin liquid. In this case, I'm going to use beef broth. When I put the beef broth in, I'm going to turn off the saute so there's no more heat from the bottom. And the heat that's already in there is going to help lift everything off. Then make sure you're using like a flat end wooden spatula or something so you can just gently push those edges up of anything that might be stuck. The reason for this, if there's anything that's stuck, you're going to get a burn notice. The dreaded burn notice. You read about it all the time. So you want to make sure that everything is lifted up so that you don't have that problem. Okay? The natural juices from the meat have released, and so a lot of times those natural juices can just be used to help lift things up, but you always want to make sure that you get everything lifted up. So we're going to add in about we're going to add in 3/4 cup of beef broth. Little fun fact, I buy my beef broth and my chicken broth for the entire year at Thanksgiving. That is when Swanson's typically goes on sale, and I buy a year's supply at once. You don't want to know how much that is. All right, do we have answers over here as to what you guys think is the most ordered takeout item for the Super Bowl? I'm going to tell you. Pizza. Of all these great things, they're ordering pizza. Now, pizza's great, but I want these appetizers, not going to lie. All right, so I'm gently just scraping everything from the bottom. And then I'm going to add in some pepper and some salt, a little bit of salt. I do like Redmond salt. You guys follow me, you know I do like Redmond salt and Redmond pepper. It really just has a beautiful flavor. It's wonderful. And then we're going to add in zesty Italian dressing. So this is the dry packet mix. We're going to sprinkle it on top, and I'm going to give it a stir. Because the flavors are wonderful. And then I'm just going to add on top of that our onions and our bell peppers. Kind of mix those up. right on top. Our mushrooms right on top. And I've got a little bit of Worcestershire to add into it as well. And that's it. I'm looking around, making sure I got everything. I did. Okay, we're going to set this. This recipe also cooks, I think, 1 minute. So this is a 1 minute. I need a lid. Oh, I got one. All right. We're going to close it. We're going to set it to pressure cook. And, for 1 minute. And we're going to let it do its thing. We're going to push the valve to the back to close it once again. And I'm going to clear off some of this stuff because guess what? We're going to get ready to plate up some things. So here's some extra barbecue sauce for our wings. We've got our game day meatballs with our fun toothpicks to go into it. And we're going to get going on this next part. Set that right there. Okay, this will take a few minutes to pressure up. You guys remember how that works? So we're going to get the rest ready. I use a package of Hawaiian rolls in a 9x13 pan, and I'm just going to use a bit of parchment paper. It just helps lift it out when all is said and done. We're going to set that in. Now, I have already sliced it in half. Okay, I've already done the hard part to make it easy. So as we wait for that to cook, as soon as it's done cooking, I'm going to lift out that tender meat with the bell peppers and the mushrooms and the onions. And I'm going to place it on the bread. And some of that au juice is going to drip down into the bread, and it's oh so good. And then I'm going to put provolone cheese, and then I'm going to be melting butter on top. So, Bill, you want to melt that butter? We're going to brush the top with a little bit of butter, and then this is going to go into the oven and bake. If the oven's not on, turn the oven on. We're going to bake this for just a few minutes until the top gets toasty and brown. We're going to pull it out and slice it up. And that's this recipe. So now, while I have a few minutes and things have slowed down, I'm going to go back to questions and talking to you guys. I miss it today. Seriously. I have not got to talk to you guys very, very much at all. I don't even know where to start. Holy smokes, you guys. Okay, if you're just joining on, we've done 4 recipes, and this video will be live or will be available to watch on a replay if you like. But please make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a heart. It means so much to me, I can't even tell you. It also is a big deal if you share content, whether it's mine or other bloggers. Honestly, bloggers get so excited when you guys like our recipes enough to share it to your friends and family, to share it back into these groups. It's really a big deal. If you ever do one of our recipes, like one that I've shown you here today, take a picture of it and post it into the group and grab our link. Don't ever just screenshot the recipe, but use the link in your description and say you made it and you liked it and what you liked about it, and post it for others to see. I guarantee you, whoever's recipe that is will be giddy and excited. We'll see a spike in traffic and we'll just like cheer like no other. It makes such a difference for us. Whether you know or not, how we make a living is by traffic to our website. So when you go to our website and you use a recipe and you're on our page, you don't have to buy anything. It's free content. But by being there, it helps generate just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of income. But it all adds up. And so that's why we appreciate you going to our websites and using our recipes. So for those of you who have shared this post today, I can't wait to see the number of how many shares this post has gotten today and how many likes. Please take the moment and like my Facebook page so you can follow along to all the fun. I love going live and I love what I do. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here's our butter. Are we ready for a party? Does this look good? Because I'm not done. You guys thought I was done with this, but I'm not. Because if you guys know me well enough to know, there's more. So much more. I've made fun treats all the way around that we'll talk about. So I've made some fun pretzel rods, red and gold, you guys. You guys know who I'm cheering for? I've also made some fun Rolo bites where you take the square pretzels with a Rolo on top and then an M&M. And we're going to give you guys some visuals of those here pretty quick, as well as some chips and other fun things. And my family's coming over to eat all this food. How fun is that? So, where are we at? Let's see here, you guys. Okay. This is about to come to pressure. It only needs to cook for 1 minute, so it'll be super, super fast. And we've got a party. Kickoff isn't for another hour and a half, so we have plenty of time before kickoff. So if you guys are still wondering what you want to make for the Super Bowl, you have plenty of time to duplicate this process super fast. You may or may not have all the ingredients. You still have time to run to the store if it's close and pull these out and enjoy throughout the Super Bowl today because it's fun, right? It's just fun. So let's give you guys some top down. We're going to try something today. I've got a camera that I've got mobile here. And I want to see if we can go top down a little bit and get a little bit closer to some of these recipes. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so there are the teriyaki meatballs with extra teriyaki sauce to dip for the side. And that was our recipe with our homemade teriyaki sauce. Right here, we have our honey barbecue chicken wings that we are serving with some celery and, of course, ranch dip, along with some more barbecue sauce right there on the front. This is our queso dip that is loaded with black beans and rotel, tomatoes, and red onions with extra sharp cheddar cheese and Velveeta cheese, as well as some cream cheese. And then right here, which are not done yet, we're making our sliders. Over here, I've got some pretzel rods that I've dipped in some fun chocolate to celebrate. These red ones have gold sprinkles on them, which are so fun. Over further are my Rolo pretzels that I'm cheering on both teams with the red and the white and the gold. And then I've also done just some fun dipped Oreos as well. Kind of fun, huh? You guys, it's kind of crazy what all we've accomplished in this amount of time today. So we've now sealed up, so it won't take much longer for this to be done, and we're going to throw this in the oven with some cheese. Now this will take about 4 slices of cheese, of provolone cheese. You can obviously put more, but I love it when it gets all melty. So the goal when you throw it in the oven is to kind of watch it so that the top doesn't get too cooked, but your cheese gets melty so that when you cut into it, everything just, oh, it's just so delicious. And guess what? It is now done. So we're going to go ahead and release this pressure and let that release. We're going to pull it out. And we'll be in business here really quickly. So of these recipes that I've done today, tell me in the comments which one has been your favorite. Which is the one you're most excited to try? I want to hear from you guys. I do keep track of what are fan favorites. So put in the comments. Was it the honey barbecue chicken wings? Which, as we learned, 1.25 million wings are going to be eaten today. or the teriyaki meatballs, the queso dip, or the Philly sliders? I want to hear from you guys. Which one is most exciting for you guys today? I'm going to try to watch those comments better. A huge big shout out from Amy and from Gail and everyone who's helped answer questions, because let me tell you, it takes an army sometimes to do these things. Do you guys hear my dog in the background? He wants the food. He's a mouthy dog. He likes to talk, and he can smell it, and everything's been blocked off so that he can't get to me. Because he wants food. He's ready. He's like, Mom, it's ready. Do you guys have animals like that? Our dog's name is Finn, and he's an inside dog. He's an 85-pound English cream golden retriever. He was bred in Europe, and his mother was imported over and so had the litter of pups here in the U.S. But kind of fun. All right. As soon as that pin drops, we're going to open it up. I'm not going to show you top down because we got so much going on this right now that you're not going to see it. But in fact, you will. I'm going to show you this right here. So I'm just stirring to get some of those onions worked in and kind of distribute a little bit. But let's go right here because you'll see me do this part. So I find that the 1 pound of flank steak with this recipe is literally just the perfect amount for these sliders. You have the right combination of meat with onions. Now you can always use a different color bell pepper if you wish. You can use less onion if you wish. It really is just what you and your family likes. We're going to get all this on here and we're going to get it separated out. Make sure none of that meat falls off. There we go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put our, ooh, this is going to take 6 pieces of cheese, and I might even put a little bit more. I'm going to cut these in half and put them right down the middle because I don't like to be chintzy with my cheese. Doesn't that look good? We're just going to put this on top. Oh, he's not impressed, you guys. All right. Then I'm just going to brush it with some butter. You can always pull the extra au juice out of the pan. Serve that with it as well. It has beautiful flavors, and it's just delicious. There we go. All right, I'm going to pass this off to my husband so he can put it in the oven. There you go. Watch that. We're going to do a quick cleanup here, and I'm going to finish bringing out a few more treats for this party of ours. Oh my gosh. We did it. You guys, I'm excited for the game. Okay, I cheer for the 49ers. You guys probably know that. I was born and raised in Northern California. Grew up in the 80s when 49ers with Jerry Rice and Joe Montana and Steve Young and everybody played. And of course, you know, that's just who I grew up watching. And so I still watch them and I still appreciate them. And I'm excited that they're there today. I hope, honestly, that it's a good game. Whoever wins, that it's just a good game between both teams so that it's fun to watch. And that's what I like in a Super Bowl. Of course, I enjoy the commercials as well. But I do enjoy a good game. And so that's kind of fun. All right. Those are in the oven. Let's bring out some more chips. Let me push that down here. So I also made, when I made pretzels, I dipped in chocolate with some Heath Crunch on the outside. So that is fabulous as well. You can't go wrong with a party without some more chips. I think we're going to add to it here in a little bit some tater tot kebabs. That's also on my website too. If you missed it earlier, this football Super Bowl challenge is a free printable. I'll drop the link again. It's a free printable that you can use during the game. So for instance, in the first quarter, if there's a penalty flag thrown, you're going to get up and do 10 jumping jacks. In the first quarter, if there's a first down, you're going to do 20 squats. This is intended to just get you up, get you moving, have some fun during the game, because you know you're going to be eating all of this fun stuff. So it's a free printable. I just dropped the link into the comments. Go over to this page and print it out. Have some fun with it. I know that we are, and it'll be super fun. All right, let's get this cutting board out for our sliders. We're going to pop those sliders right on here. I also need a sharp, long knife, so one of my black knives as well. Shelly, oh yeah, we've got 2 groups on here. The Instapot recipe or beginner recipes is on here as well with Shelly. Thank you. She says we're a small but mighty group, and they're gaining viewers by the minute. I love it. Let's make sure we support both of these groups. It's wonderful to have all of these groups on the internet and all of these free resources to help teach us and learn. Instapots at Christmas time were one of the most purchased items. So many new Instapot owners and pressure cooker owners that are learning how to use their electric pressure cookers. And it's tough, you guys. There's so many questions, and it breaks my heart when I hear so many of you say, I'm afraid to get it out of the pot. And so I want you to know, come over to my Facebook page. I'm happy to answer questions. That's why I do the lives. On a normal Sunday live, we have lots of time for questions, demonstrations. I'll show you how to take your seal on your lid in and out so that you can do it and feel comfortable with it, and lots of fun tips and tricks. If this is your first time here, this is crazy. I'm glad you are still here. We still have a ton of people watching. If you don't even know who you're watching, you guys, I am Rebecca from devourdinner.com. I love what I do, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please do. It's so important. And I can't wait to see. I haven't been able to pull it up on my phone to see where we're at as far as how well this post has done. Let's see what we can pull up. It looks like our sliders are almost done, you guys. There it is. Holy, oh my gosh. You guys, I see 43 shares on this live today. That's the most I've ever had. So thank you for sharing my content, for liking my page, for liking this video. Please give it a thumbs up. It honestly, it's something simple you can do, and it just tickles me. It makes me so excited. All right, they're almost out. Oh yeah, I want that knife. Are they done? Cheese needs to be melted though. Just set it down, I'll grab it. All right, here come these beautiful sliders. Look at that, you guys. Oh, look. Do you see them? All right, we are going to see if I can do this one-handed and pull this out. Look at that. I did it. Here, will you pull this off the counter? It's hot. Remember. All right. This smells so good. Who wants to come to my house for a party? Seriously. I'm just going to slice right through these. Make nice little sliders that people can grab. My guests are going to be arriving shortly for all of this fun food. And we're going to print off. We've got a number of our printables printed off, and we are just going to get moving. So for the next few hours, we can just snack and eat and enjoy. All right. I don't have a spatula over here, but that's okay. We're going to get a cheese pull. Oh, did you guys see that? It is, it's so tender and soft. It's just going to melt in our mouths all the way around. But let me give you a top down of this because I didn't get to do that before. There you go. What do you guys think? Look at all that cheese. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. So those are our the Philly steak sliders right here. For those of you who have just joined back in, we're going to go back around. Right here we have our honey barbecue chicken wings with some extra barbecue sauce, and then we've got some ranch dressing to dip into that, as well as our teriyaki meatballs. Those teriyaki meatballs cooked for 0 minutes, super fast. Our queso cheese dip, as well as our sliders. So those are the 4 recipes that we made today. And then I threw some extra treats on the table that we did. This has been a fantastic hour and 15 minutes that I've spent with you guys. I can't believe we got this many recipes accomplished in such a short amount of time. I am so grateful to each of you. Honestly, those of you that are still on, thank you, thank you. It really does give me chills to have so many people want to spend their Sunday afternoon when I know how busy it is. And I'm tickled that you're here and that you're learning from me, so thank you, thank you. I will be back live next Sunday at my regular time, which is 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, where we'll be doing another fun, one of my newer Instapot recipes. But I'm tickled that you were here. I'm going to go back through all of your comments and answer questions that I wasn't able to answer during the live. I do apologize. It was kind of crazy. But it's because of you I'm able to do this. So thank you. Thank you to Gail. Thank you to Amy. Thank you to Shelly, who helped answer questions, invited your groups. It means the world to me, and I so appreciate it. You guys have a fabulous Sunday. Remember, most importantly, be kind. Be kind to one another, especially yourself. Life is tough out there. Take a moment and be kind. All right, you guys, I'm so thankful for each one of you. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And we'll see you later. Love ya. Bye.